Hello people, Cretaceous Breeze here. Today I'm doing a review of the Godzilla action figure series 2003, or basically 2002 because I'll show you why. Now let's just take a closer look, and I gotta say, it's also pretty nice for what it is, because we all know like this is basically like a budget friendly, somewhat budget friendly, but you get my idea. This one I paid for like a 38.90, but that's because I live in Singapore, and plus the GameStop sells is actually 38 is the cheapest to get here. But for what it is, it's honestly pretty nicely detailed, like all the very jagged spikes here, and even the weird neck design that literally got to 2000 and this one have, and the spikes are definitely like very nicely sharply detailed, and they're actually made out of rubber, which makes sense because to save like the kids from poking their eyes, even though it can be still a bit pointy. But yeah, and I do like how the spines are all separate, which makes me like this a bit more than the Bandai movie monster series in general. And the way they designed the tail is obviously they haven't improved. They just still use the three basic tail articulation, but they made like a limited movement and natural way because they sculpted upwards, like it curves upwards. Like I never realized when I first see it in hand, it's actually very long. And the head, yeah, the eyes are just a bit too big for what they are, and the teeth are still be like digital printed rather than sculpted. But you gotta admit that this is kind of very small, so how are they gonna sculpt it and try to prevent kids from hurting themselves, like safety reasons? And it's quite makes it durable at least. And I do like the scar right here. It looks pretty nice on us. Like when I see this design, it does have its own unique to it with the 2003, and I honestly don't know which one I prefer to display, either the non-scar one or with this. I sometimes just do it a mix. Now the jaw right here is actually the same way they designed the 2004, with the ball joint going straight instead of like upwards with the Heisei Godzillas. And with the recent announcement of Shin Godzilla, it looks like it might be a mouth joint, could be a hinge, I'm not sure. But yeah, so in order to change the chest, please, I would say maybe to try to hold up the camera. I would say maybe try to move this one a bit up as max as you can, so that you can remove via the sides here like this. And then now you have the non-scar one, which makes him a 2002. And when I first, and let's start with articulation, because yeah, it's like decent articulation, but it's like still like quite a fun toy to have, to play a bit and to pose a bit. It's nowhere as NECA or as H Monsters, but it doesn't need to for what this line is trying to do. But one thing is that the joints here is actually very smooth, like no ratchet joints. I was honestly quite shocked that all of this has no ratchet joints, because when you take a look at 1991 right here, you hear a loud click and it has like this locking joint where it doesn't, it just go to a limited somewhat I don't know what to say, but I would say it's somewhat limited range right here, because it's like one click. And yeah, and even the cap, is it a knee here? I think this is a knee. Yeah, the knee also is it's like ratcheted, but this one is all smooth movement. which I'm not sure if just my copy, because I haven't seen anyone review it. Other people review it, like talk about the articulation thing here. So I'm not sure. But let's go for it. The mouth is obviously can move up, can open of course, but I think it's somewhat wide enough, even though I do think like it is a bit awkward, but it's not really the worst. I still think it looks nice even with the mouth open or closed. Now the head is on the ball joint, but you cannot rotate a lot because of this, the neck design. It's like one of those wait, can you actually rotate? Nope, you can't rotate at all, otherwise you will pop out the joint. So yeah, you can move down a bit, of course not up, but you can only move a bit outwards, but if you move too much you basically pop out. The arms can move all the way up, can rotate all around, and basically you can move in and out, which yeah, when I first got it, I'm surprised there's no ratchet joint, so I wonder what's with the change of that. But again, I could be wrong, maybe it's just my copy, so who knows. And you don't get to rotate this on 360 degrees like the Heisei ones or maybe other Godzillas, because of they design this small panel right here. Wait, hold on. Because they designed the small panel right here that blocks it from moving a lot, so it's just a bit, but it can bend all the way up here. And then they use like the same I don't know how to call this joint, but somewhat like one of those ratchet joints where you had to rotate. If you want to go up down, you're gonna have to rotate the joint so it can move. So I actually leave it sideways of it because it's really a ball joint right here. So this one I can just move up down, and I'm just gonna leave this socket right here to move inwards and outwards. The legs, or more like the thighs, it's not a lot, but in general, this is the 2002 or 2003 Godzilla where he's kind of stiff, so I don't expect him to do very dynamic. And here, this is how much it can bend. And this one right here is one of those that has a very exposed, so it can move very deep down and up or down basically. Or you want to have more sideways rather than this, you can basically just rotate the joint right here like as usual. And then the tail is as usual, the ball joint here, and even here. It is definitely tight out of the box, but I'm really not sure how long it can hold with so much play, because with a bit of play I had, yeah, it suddenly became loose already, this one, which just a bit loose, but this one right here is just, yeah. So overall, I do think this is a pretty neat figure, and it's definitely very nice. The only nitpick I had is probably because, like all of the Godzillas, they never digitally print the whole nail right here. Same for the bottom feet. But it's honestly pretty solid for what it is. So I'm definitely gonna give it like a 9 out of 10, because I'd say Kirigochi is one of my top 10 favorite Godzilla designs, and even I might put it as an even with the 2003, because they are basically the same, it's just minor quite a bit of a difference. So yeah, for more Cretaceous Breaks video, leave a like, comment, and thanks for watching. But before that, let's test this out. There you go. Ah! I can't hold my head. Ah! Ah! Yeah. Say hello to the cursed Godzilla's head swaps.